Hi guys, welcome to the State of Crypto, your one-stop source for all crypto-related news. I'm your host Martin, and this is episode 212. Binance lending renamed, and Litecoin Foundation produces a movie. Now, if you're catching the stream live, welcome, and if you're catching the replay and have any suggestions for us, please leave us a comment below. We really want to know what you're thinking. Now, if you want to be up to date with the latest crypto-related news, make sure you subscribe, hit that like button and that bell so you're notified when we go live. And if you want to keep on chatting with us once the stream is done, you can join us on the Discord. Link is in the description. So is the link to all the amazing articles that we cover here on this stream, guys. Thank you for joining us again. Sorry if I'm looking down a little bit. I'm trying to get my monitor set up right. I didn't have, for some reason I skipped setting it up. It's just going to be a little, take me 1 second here. Meanwhile, do that little thing that's going to pop up here on the stream, right? Hit that like, that bell, and that sub, right? Anyways, I'm back here. Awesome. Now I got it set up, and I can look at what's going on with y'all in case you text me, and in case the stream falls behind or anything, I'll be able to check it out here. Awesome. We're going to move on to the news segment of the stream. Now, if you guys have been with us, you know we usually do the news first, and then we jump into the technicals. Last couple of days have been a little bit different. Mainly doing just the technicals because I haven't had time to go through the news. Days have been a little bit busy. Sorry about being absent for the last couple of days. Like I said, I was gonna take my family off the city for a little bit, and I did that. It was really good. We had a great time. So I'm back today. Haven't looked at the markets in a couple of days, so I'm also excited to see what the markets are doing and how things are flowing in the last couple of days. I know Bitcoin's down and it didn't hit my trigger, so I'm happy about that. Let's say I kind of was expecting that to happen, or I was seeing that move happening. Nothing too crazy there. But again, let's jump onto the news and figure out what's going on, right? Now, if you haven't followed us on Twitter, you can follow us on that link that's going to pop up on the bottom of your screen right now. And that is our Twitter account, and you can join us there. We're a little bit active there. I haven't been active there the last couple of days as well. And, you know, it's part of the whole thing of being disconnected for a few days. Anyways, happy Monday night. I hope you're having a great time. And let's jump on to the news, right? The first article that we have is this XRP article. It says, Ripple XRP is forming a textbook bottom pattern. Will it play out? Now, I don't go into other people's technicals, but I want to go in this one just mainly because I want to show you something, guys. Remember how we said that if you want to look for something to give you idea or reason to believe that the market is going to be bullish, you're always going to find that? Well, this is one of those cases, right? Someone is saying XRP chart printing a bullish pattern. They're actually calling for an Adam and Eve bottom, which is one like that looks like this, right? A spike and then a curve, right? A Adam and then an Eve. If it was two U's, it would be a double Eve. If it was a U and then a V, an even Adam. And if it was a double spike, it would be a double Adam, right? But what they're doing, this is from a tweet. Now, they're looking for a reason to find a bottom on XRP. And what they're doing is they're going with this and say, look, man, XRP is doing an Adam and Eve. And it's doing it, right, a double bottom, but it's doing it against Bitcoin, and it's on the weekly. And that's fine. I don't have anything against that, but does it really matter that XRP gains value against Bitcoin? I mean, if you're going to exit crypto, you're very likely going to do it into some liquid asset like the dollar or some other currency. Now, the fact that you are looking at this against Bitcoin, and if the price of XRP gains against Bitcoin, but Bitcoin drops in price and XRP drops in price, and you're going to exit $2, it's really not going to matter that much. So if you look at this, the way this person is doing, right, the XRP against Bitcoin on Binance in a weekly, and you look for this bottom, yeah, you're gonna gain against Bitcoin. But if you're gonna exit $2 and Bitcoin drops and Ripple drops, it really doesn't matter, man. Unless you want to increase your position in Bitcoin or move on to Bitcoin to later on move into XRP, then that's fine. But just looking at this and say, oh man, the price is gonna go up because you're creating a double an Adam and Eve or a double bottom, right? An Adam and Eve double bottom against Bitcoin, then the price is gonna go up. That's a fallacy. That's a wrong way to look at the market. If you want to look for that double bottom, you should look against it on the dollar. Yes, you can gain against Bitcoin, but if Bitcoin drops, it's not going to matter, right? Or if XRP and Ripple drop, it's not going to matter, right? So that's why I wanted to show you guys this. And like I said, always, right? Whether or not this is going to play out is yet to be determined. And very likely what's going to happen here, even though you can gain, if Bitcoin is not strong enough and it drops in price, it's not going to matter. You can exit to Bitcoin and your money's still going to be worth a lot less in dollars. Now, that's why I don't look against Bitcoin charts. I only look against dollar charts. You want to move from a liquid asset to a crypto asset, and then you want to probably likely are going to move from a crypto asset to another liquid asset that would be very likely cash. That's when you're going to cancel your position. And like I said, if you want to look for any reason to find or any pattern or anything that shows you that the market's going to be bullish, you're going to be able to find one. Whether or not that's going to play out to your advantage or not, it's going to depend on what you want to do with your position. Now, just hunting for something that's bullish just to post it online and say, look, we're going to go bullish, it's irresponsible, right? So again, I'm not gonna buy this one, right? I just want to point it out in case you guys saw this article, and I'll tell you why I believe it's not going to be likely, right? Anyways, that's it for this. Let's move on to the next article. Thriller, starring Alessandro Daddario, released with Litecoin Foundation as producers. Now, the Litecoin Foundation has been continuously increasing its efforts to grow presence as a viable payment option, most recently by investing in a Hollywood thriller, We Summon the Darkness. And it stars Alessandra Daddario and Amy Forsyth. And the tweet with the link is basically on the trailer's note. And it says, check out We Summon the Darkness, a fun movie produced by a member of the Litecoin fam at Common Enemy Inc. Litecoin Foundation is an executive producer, so be sure to not miss our Litecoin Foundation logo animation at the start. This, to me, is a cry for help. The movie set to be released on April the 10th, or was released on April 10th. And the leading producer of the movie is Common Enemy Inc., a Los Angeles-based film and television production company, which is also part of the Litecoin family. And the production house has voiced support for Litecoin, as it knows it helps to take control of your money. Now, Litecoin has gone back the Dolphins, right? They're coming out with this production, right? They're still losing money on their foundation. This is a way that they're trying to get their logo in front of people, because some people that might be fans of either Amy Forsyth or Alexander Daddario might go look at the film and look who the producer is, and then try to do more research. But again, they should be putting their money into something else. They should be spending all this, unless this was done freely out of the free will of Common Enemy Inc., and they just wanted to promote the Litecoin Foundation. That's fine. Otherwise, they should be putting their efforts into getting more people into crypto, maybe their asset, instead of just looking for like the coins or like being film producers or something like that. Again, I'm not sure how much money this is going to net them, particularly since we're right now in COVID, lockdown and everything like that. So I'm not sure how good this film is going to do. I'm not even sure where it got released. I haven't really looked it up yet. But again, I was looking at the article mainly because, it's not every day that you find a digital asset that is coming in and being a backer for a movie. And I did believe that was interesting. A bit of, I guess, a crowd for help from the Litecoin Foundation. So we're going to leave it at that. Now, I have two articles for Binance. This one says Binance lending renamed to Binance Savings. And a little bit related to that is Binance Savings adds XRP and XLM to flexible deposits. They both came today. They're from Token Post. And it basically says that Binance announced that it has officially renamed Binance Lending to Binance Savings, and it also made the following changes. Flexible deposits have been renamed to Flexible Savings, and fixed deposit have officially been named Locked Savings. Now, Binance Savings can be accessed under the Savings from the Earn tab in the main menu. And aside from these changes, Binance has been updating its platform, and just recently it added a hedge mode on Binance Futures. The new hedge mode allows users to hold positions in both long and short directions at the same time under the same contract. It also allows switching between one-way mode and a hedge mode in the preference setting. However, by default, it is set one-way mode. Now, prior to these changes, Binance also announced that it has increased the maximum leverage on Tezos and Tether trading. Binance Futures has increased the maximum leverage on Tezos to US dollar, or to US Tether, perpetual contracts by 75 times, and users can now select, like I said, leverage 175 times, and that was also said by the Binance announcement. Now, on the other article, in a recent announcement, Binance said that it has added XRP and XLM to the list of assets supported on the flexible deposits for Binance Savings. Now, flexible deposits is a value-added service to Binance users who hold idle digital assets on the platform. Now, the individual maximum limit for XRP is 50 million XRP, and for XLM is 200 million XLM. I'm not sure if I wanted to hold that much money ever on a savings platform, particularly Binance, where not your keys, not your crypto, right? Yes, you get some benefits, but again, I'm not sure how much I want to put my money there. With the risk of seizing it like they've done in other cases, right? Aside from this, Binance has introduced Binance Loans, a service that helps users leverage existing crypto assets as collateral for loans, borrow from a large range of crypto assets, and select from a range of varying loan periods to get low interest rates and receive instant approval. Now, the exchange also offers all Binance Loan services users until April 14, 2020 at 20% discount on the daily interest rate, with the lowest interest rate being 0.0224%. So that's very, very small amount. Now, the users can loan either Binance or Tether, and basically the standard interest for Binance US dollar is 7 days is 0.28%, 0.028%, sorry, but that will be reduced to 0.0024 with the 20% off interest promotion. Now, I'm not sure if they added an extra zero here on the article when they were mentioning it, or if it's going to be 0.024, which would be a little bit more appropriate, 0.0224. So again, that's probably likely. Anyways, Binance Loans will remain flexible, and it will actively provide a varying range of options for supported crypto assets, interest rates, collateral assets, and maximum loanable limits based on market conditions and its internal risk management. Once the promo period ends, the daily interest rate will return to the standard rate, so 0.28. I get it now. They were saying you're going to get a reduction of 0.0024, which in the end would yield you 0.0224. No, that's off from what they were saying still. So I would have to check their math and make sure they're not doing something wrong. Anyways, that's it for the news. We're going to jump onto the technical, guys. If you're still with us, I'm going to make this small, very, very small intro that's going to come in for the technicals, and we'll be right back with the technicals while I set that up. Thank you for staying with us, and stay with us for a little bit more, and we'll be back with the technicals. Awesome, we're back with the technicals. Thank you for sticking with us. If you like what we do, you know what to do. Hit that like, that bell, that sub to be notified when we go live. Spotify ads are coming in. I'm going to change that real quick while we set up the next track for as we jump into the technicals, right? I believe this will be a good track to start. Awesome, there we go. Now, what is happening with the market cap? I haven't been here in the last couple days since the 7th, so I didn't get to see this drop. It was fine. We kind of held the upsloping channel, breaking out of it sideways, but not really making that strong move to the downside. We just seem like we're getting sideways motion, and that's fine. Nothing really to worry here. Yesterday, money flowing out of the cryptosphere, 0.73% or $1.40 billion. Today, not a lot of movement, 0.08 right now. Basically moving $149.48 million moves to the downside, $million, and that's a move to the upside right now. Sitting at $192.51 billion. Now, Bitcoin dominance 65%, 65.30. Has dominance? Yes, it lost a little bit more dominance, and that's fine. Again, below 20. Yesterday, gained a little bit of dominance, 0.13%. Today, losing 0.12. Like I said, sitting at 65.31% of market cap. The price of Bitcoin at $6,862.24. Oh no, what's happened, man? Have we gone down? Yes, we have. Now, if you remember, when we were here, I had this level here. We knew it was a possible area for rejection, 7,531. We had it before. It used to be a white line, a resistance. We didn't even touch it. And I set up my entry point there. Remember, I told you guys, I'm going to get in at 7,500 and then probably try to ride it to the 200 on the simple moving average. I'm not sure if, yeah, we're showing the 200 right now. That 200 right now sitting at $8,043.42. How we hit it? No. Did we get to my entry level? No. And that's why I left it at 7,500. I didn't know if the market was going to get up there. I was iffy whether or not we're going to hit that area. And as we can see, we rejected higher prices. Now, I'm going to put the 20 again, just so we can have it and keep on looking at this a little bit better, right? As we keep on doing this, we're bouncing off the 20, which is good, right? That's healthy. Trying to hold it, not losing it. Again, within this uptrend, right, I changed this line. It was just up to here. I just extended it, and as we can see, we're still within it. That's all fine. That positive momentum starting to die out, and neutral on the RSI at 49.42. Now we're going to look at the other chart, right? This one's a little bit cleaner. We can see we moved down. We're still within this range, right, of that 50% and the 382. I was worried about us getting up here, that 618 at 7,969, which we didn't, right? We just kind of ranged. We held the 50% for a couple days, 1, 2, 3 days. Then we broke below it, being too weak to run still. On divergence, we called out, right? Even this, we could have tracked it a little bit more, I guess, to the 9th or the 8th. But on the 7th, we knew there was potential that we got strong bearish divergence, and there was a chance we might have moved to the downside. We called it out. That's why I left my entry at 7,500. I wasn't sure if we're going to get up there again. The divergence that we had basically was saying that we were expecting a movement to the downside, which we got on the 10th, and that was good. Now, the movement on the 7th, when we did the stream, basically just got us to close at the 50%. Next day, we tried to rally. Again, created that divergence still and breaking down. That's fine. We don't have any kind of bearish divergence on the RSI. Positive momentum dying out, like I said, and neutral on the RSI at 49.55. Again, we're in an area on the RSI where we can run either way, upside or downside, and that's fine. Right now, we're holding the 20, and that could give us some support to try to rally again and maybe try to shoot for that 618. But we're also that area where if we fail, we're probably going to be heading towards 382 at $6,394. It wouldn't be weird if we came all the way down here to 5,800, maybe create a double bottom, maybe even get down here to this level at 4,800 again, create a double bottom against this area here. That would be a little bit more, that would be stronger, let's say, and maybe bounce from there. I'm not calling it that low yet. I'm going to take it a day at a time right now. Again, I haven't been with the market for the last couple of days, so I'm still trying to get the flow as to where this might go. But again, to the upside, we have targets. To the downside, we do have some targets. We also have $6,240, which could be a support for us on Bitcoin. And again, part of the reason, or where we could try and hold. Now, that's it for this on the daily. Let's go to the 4 hours. On the 4 hours, we're probably going to have a lot more work to do. High, lower, high. Again, going lower, and that's fine. Again, something here that showed up. And if you're with us, you probably know what I'm going to talk about right here, right? We're going from a high to a lower high, going from a negative to a positive, creating some kind of bearish divergence. That's hidden bearish divergence. Price continuation. We got this drop on the price. Again, I wouldn't call it from back here. We could call it from back here. This is still positive, I guess, yeah. This is all positive, right? We can anchor from here. And you can see that we're going still from a higher, right, to a lower high. Now I'm just going to make sure this is going to stay on the 4 hours, which it is, and that's fine. And on the RSI, right, we're going high, lower, high, positive momentum, less positive momentum. So we're not getting any kind of divergence on the RSI. Neutral right now at 47.88, and that's fine for Bitcoin, right? Struggling with the 20, managed to get above on the last 4 hour candle. Right now, seems like we're still trying to get above that, and we're doing that with some strong bullish divergence, right? We're going from a low to a lower low. Negative momentum, less negative momentum, low on the RSI to a higher point on the RSI. Again, strong bullish divergence, potential price action to the upside, and that's what we're seeing run right now. Whether or not we hold the 20, it's going to be key. If we hold it, we can see another pump. If we don't, we might see a drop. Now here we got contraction of the Bollinger Bands on the 9th, pre-drop. Right now, we still expanded on the Bollinger Bands, but getting above the 20 could certainly see us hit at least the top part of the Bollinger Bands if we use it as trampoline. And then again, above that, we have the 50% at 7,161. That's it for this on the 4 hours. So let's go to the 1 hour chart. On the 1 hour, last thing we called was bullish. That was on the 7th at 4, right? Price action to the upside. Stream was here. We still managed to rally a little bit more, and that's fine. Still lower than its previous high, with less, or slightly, yes, less positive momentum. That's fine. And still here, lower high, less positive momentum, lower high, less positive momentum, right? Again, more negative momentum here as we're going lower than the previous low. That's fine. Again, we held the 50%, and that's good. Try to get above the 20, failing. Try to get above the 20 again, failing. And then try to get above, fail, and just breaking down from there. Again, when we fell at 20, we look for lower lows. Try to get that divergence to come and pump, right? Low, lower low, negative momentum. less negative momentum, right? That's what we're looking at right now. I hope I didn't leave any of these on the 4 hours, otherwise it's gonna come and like be bothering us later on when we do the analysis again tomorrow. Now on the other side, we don't have it, right? You can see that we're going from a high, or even high, to a lower, and that's all congruent with the market. I'll just use the same anchor points, right? That way we're anchoring at the same point in time on both of the oscillators, right? Now something that came in, right? We were trying to go high and going still lower than our previous high, and here we're making positive momentum back down here. That's what I was looking for a second. 1.06 positive. Now going from a positive to a higher high, and you're going lower, creating that hidden bearish. We don't have it on the other side. We're going lower still. So hidden bearish divergence, potential price continuation, breaking down again, right? Are we making a lower low? No, that's fine. Low, higher low, less negative momentum, also higher on the other side. That's all good. What's happening here though? Why are we pumping, right? Then we try to rally again. Now we're going higher with more positive momentum and higher on the other side. That's all being congruent. But apparently we did hit resistance at that fib node, that 50%, right at 1,700, sorry, 7,185 or whatever it was we called it at. From there on, we kind of rejected higher prices and we started to move down. That is because if we go, forget that, sorry. Lower low, negative momentum, less negative momentum, low on the other side, higher on the other side, creating that strong bullish divergence. Price action to the upside. We managed to get to the 20, struggled there for a candle, managed to open close, use it as support once, twice, and then try to rally from there. That's what we're doing right now, but it's looking weak, right? We're starting to lose that positive momentum. Neutral on the other side, 56.10. And we're trying to see whether or not we're going to be able to come back down, touch it again, and use it as support. If we do, we might bounce. If we don't, looking for lower prices at 6,392. Now, I'm trying to figure out why we turned here. I do have that resistance. I'm trying to figure out if there's anything else that could have gotten us to turn. But right now, I'm not seeing it, right? Right, it's all congruent. We were overbought for sure. That could have been also one of the reasons that we hit resistance and overbought. And, you know, resistance and overbought together, part of the reason that we could be turning down. And it would seem to make sense and explain also this movement. Again, we could be setting up for another rally if we touch the 20 and rally from there. Otherwise, we could still be ranging for a little bit. 1 second. Sneezed. Sorry about that. We're going to move on to Ethereum. You guys have any questions, you can put them on the chat. You can comment on our stream post if you're catching the replay. And we will certainly address any kind of doubts that you have post-stream. Now, what's happening here? Impulse up, flagging, man. That's very, very nice on dominance. It's happened on the 6th. We knew the impulse up. We just here on the 7th, we're starting to lose that dominance. But right now, it seems like we're flagging. We could be setting up for another leg up on dominance, right? Getting more dominance, and that's fine. Yesterday, lost dominance, 0.43%. Today's gaining 0.35%. Sitting at 9.05% of market cap. The price of Ethereum at $157.60. Unable to sustain above the 50%, 382, right? Found some resistance. We did call something here on the shorter time scales. No, on the daily actually, called divergence, right? Bearish. Type 2. Yes, that's what we call Type 2 bearish divergence. Price action to the downside. Look, came down, right? Held the 50. That's what we the 382. Sorry, that's what we know it's valid at 6,165. Sorry. And then we still managed to move down. It almost held their previous resistance at 159, or previous support, sorry, at 159.76. Used to be resistance, became support. Then below it, and we failed to get above it once, twice. Here we rallied and hit the 382, rejected that fib, used it as resistance, pushed back down, but we still managed to hold this rising wedge, right? We have not been able to break out of it. Held a 20 here, briefly broke below it, held a 20, but we're still closing within this. And as you can see, we're seeing a lot of indecision. We're hitting these bodies, small bodies with large wicks called spinning tops. And really, the market's trying to figure out where it wants to go. Positive momentum dying out and sitting neutral on the other side, 51.52. Let's go to the 4 hour. On the 4-hour, I was expecting a move to the upside. We didn't get it. I was expecting for strong bearish divergence to develop. That's why we left this in blue. I left them XRP as well, and we'll see them when we get there. And XRP, they kind of played out. Not the type of divergence I was looking for, not that strong bearish, but with medium bearish, at least, or medium bearish divergence on XRP. And we'll see that when we get there. Anyways, that price action to the upside I was looking for didn't get here. That's fine. I'm not worried about it. Again, we broke down because Bitcoin broke down. Bitcoin did create that divergence, though. As you can tell, low. Again, we're going lower with less positive momentum, lower on the RSI. That's all fine. Right now, we're starting to create this strong bullish divergence, though, on the 4 hours. So make sure this is going to be on the 4 hours only, and only there, right? And we're pointing out right now that strong bullish divergence, low, lower, low, negative momentum, less negative momentum, low on the RSI, higher on the RSI. Again, congruent across the market, across the oscillators, right? Price action to the upside. Moving up, but rejecting the 20, and that's not good. We actually managed to hold or hit our previous resistance, right, at 159.76, and rejected it, closing below 20. Right now, we're sitting at the 20 and failing to get higher. Neutral on the other side, 48.84. Let's wait and see how this keeps on building up, right? If moving to the upside, we'll very likely see us hit the fib node again. If we manage to break it, we probably could be triggering or aiming for the 50%. Up here, I can't see the number, man. There we go. 182 or somewhere around there. 189, apparently. Let me zoom out. 189.40. That's what we're aiming for. Moving to the downside, rejection, right? Could potentially find us some support here. 142. But if we fail that, then we're very likely looking at $136. That's it for Ethereum. Let's go to the 1 hour. Last thing we called, bullish. Right? Action to the upside. It's fine. Still slightly lower than our previous high. And then going slightly less than, right? That's fine as well. But here we created some kind of divergence. Yes, we created on the 1 hour. Hidden bearish. Right? High, lower high. Positive momentum. More positive momentum. Price continuation. We moved to the downside. Held at 20. Tried to rally again, but failed. Moved down from there, right? That's what we hit a fib. Use it as support. Rally, but fell to the 20. Fell to 20 again, and then broke down. And that's fine. Low, lower, low. Strong bullish divergence, right? Getting price action to the upside. Again, we're calling this on retrospect, so that's all fine and easy to look at. We got a rally, fell to the 20. Go 3 times, managed to break above it. Tried to rally again, but failed. And moving down from there. Why? Because we're creating divergence, right? Again, from this previous positive momentum to this new positive momentum, right? Positive momentum, more positive momentum. But same thing that happened with Bitcoin. We're going much lower, right, on that price action. And part of the reason that we're breaking down, we don't have it on the RSI. Just here. Now, what else are we looking at? Let's see. Low, higher low, that's fine. Lower low, more negative momentum. But here, short term, we're creating again, right? Divergence, right, of sorts. Here to here, I guess, anchor. Right, this would be more or less the same low, but that's where I'm going to anchor to. And from here to here, we're creating divergence as well, right? All through here, we're creating divergence, right? Just different kinds. So I might break it down on account that we're creating 2 types of divergence, right? Right, from here to here, we're creating strong divergence, right? Strong bearish divergence, and then from here to here, we're moving sideways. And we're going slightly lower still, and then higher on the RSI, creating medium type B, class B or type 2 bearish divergence, price action to the upside, right? And that's where you're going to rally, failing at the 20, rejecting once, twice, managing to get above it, but just by sideways motion. So really, we're not using it as a trampoline like we did with Bitcoin. We try to rally again, hit the 159. And we're rejected, right? So again, very valid resistance that we're targeting. And moving to the downside, we'll see us hit the 20. We know what's going to happen. We're going to test it. Now, positive momentum, right? Less positive momentum, high on the RSI, lower on the RSI. Again, we got to this point, being overbought, and we're rejected, right? We hit a resistance, being overbought. That's what's causing rejection. Here we're getting to that bought area again, but again, sitting neutral right now at 56.35. That's it for Ethereum. Let's go look at XRP. Yesterday gaining dominance 0.28. Today losing 0.59. Sitting at 4.29% of market cap. The price of XRP at 18 cents, 18.753 cents. Oh, the pain, man. XRP managed to get above 19.758, right? We used it as support on the 9th. We used it as resistance before, right? Resistance, support. And then we used it as resistance again once more. And then we rejected, right? Moving lower. Moving out of this rising wedge, but just on sideway motion, managing to hold a 20, right? Here we hit it and we rejected lower prices. But again, not looking very, very strong right now. And that's something that's worrying me a little bit. I'm going to play this new track, I guess. Let's play this one. Chilling in Space Colony 1. I'm not sure how good it's going to be. I hope it's good. Price action to the downside. That's fine. Right, we were losing that positive momentum, sorry. And that neutral on the other side, 51.23. We're going to get better clues as to what's happening here on the shorter time scales. We have rejected also 19.44 cents. And we knew it was also a target. We hit it once, twice, apparently twice, or once at least here. And the 4 hours will give us a better clue, right? Again, look, we're looking for this price action to the upside and looking for this momentum, right? This is positive momentum. It's negative momentum, sorry, but it's very, very tiny. But it managed to move lower on price action to sideways, right? Sideways price action. Why am I calling price action sideways? This closing here was at 20.286 cents, and this closing here was at 20.245 cents. It's like 0.00040, right? Almost nothing on the cents. So that's why I'm calling it sideways motion and price action to the downside, right? Creating that bearish divergence that we were looking for. Not strong, but creating that medium bearish divergence, price action to the downside, and that's what we broke down. Again, negative momentum going lower again, low, slightly lower low on the 4 hours. Very slight though, but still lower nonetheless. Going from negative momentum to less negative momentum, and from a low on the RSI to a higher point on the RSI. And sitting neutral right now, right on the other side, 47.30. That's what we did. Just trying to get above the 20, failing once, rejecting right now on the 4 hours. Not the strongest looking for XRP, like I said. We could be targeting lower prices. And again, a double bottom would be very good, right? But that double bottom would seem at least to get us to the 13-cent mark. And that's not going to be good for a lot of people. But again, let's try to figure out what's going to happen. You could kind of consider this a double bottom of sorts. We need to get at least this to get above 19 cents again and create that W shape, right? Of sort of W shape. Call an atom, and probably an atom double bottom here, right? This V shape and then this V shape. And then we could potentially try to look for higher prices. We'll probably get a neckline or sorts that we should try to break through. But let's wait and see and take it a day at a time. Let's first get above the 20 before we look at anything else. And that's going to be for XRP on the 4 hours. So let's go to the 1 hour chart. Last thing we call bullish price action to the upside. Got it. Nice. Low, lower, low. Again, here, sideways motion, right? Almost. Looking like sideways motion. Yeah, very, very slight move. Growing from a also sideways, but slightly higher. Again, nothing bearish developing here yet that we can call. So I'm going to look for other clues here. Now, low, lower, low, negative momentum, less negative momentum, creating that strong bearish, strong bullish divergence, sorry. Right, price action to the upside. We're getting this to play out. Right, and we developed it all down here as well, right? Low, lower, low. Again, on 2 steps. Low, lower, low. Here one slightly higher by the time we got our next anchor. So we could just anchor from here to here and that'll be fine. And we would also have it from here to here. Right, strong bullish divergence, price action to the upside. Got this semi-drop, not going quite as low as we did before, but enough to, rally like the rest of the market did. Getting above the 20, a little bit stronger than the rest of the market did. We moved down, didn't even test, and then we're bouncing because we're just following market motion. That's it with XRP, really, not much else happening right now. Neutral on the RSI, 52.54. I'm looking for divergence here real quick. Yes, we seem to be making kind of hidden bearish divergence. This is 0.00075 on the MACD, and this is 76, so slightly higher. right? Sorry, didn't get a chance to mute their mic there. Sorry about that sneeze. But as you can tell, high, lower high, positive momentum, more positive momentum. Again, converging on the top part, creating that hidden bearish potential price continuation, and probably part of the reason that we're starting to move down. That's it for XRP on the 1 hour. Over here we created bearish, right? That's what we drop here, right? Going from a low high to a higher high. Positive momentum 0.86, and again we said it was 75 down here. So again, diverging right on the top part, creating that strong bearish divergence. Price action to downside. Here we didn't get it against the RSI. Here we're also not getting it against the RSI, right? Sorry, no, here, yeah, we didn't have it against the RSI. Here we don't have it against the RSI. And that's it. That's it for XRP. Let's go on to Litecoin. What is happening with Litecoin dominance? Yesterday it lost dominance 0.77%. Today is gaining very little. It's actually losing dominance. We gapped down on the opening. Gaining now. Losing now. 0.03. Sitting at 1.39% of market cap. The price of Litecoin at $41.50. We managed to move out of this rising wedge on sideways motion, managing to hold the 20, and that's fine. Right now we're seeing indecision, 0.31% to the upside, but very little movement. Again, losing that positive momentum and neutral on that RSI at 46.72. Not much happening on Litecoin. On the 4 hours, what's happening? Let's see. Low, lower, low, less negative momentum, that's all fine. Alright, so we're creating strong bullish divergence, right? Just like we did with the rest of the market. Going to that lower low on the 4 hours, right? And with less negative momentum, but we don't quite have it on the RSI. We're going slightly lower on the RSI. And I'm just going to confirm. 32.47, 33. Actually, we're going slightly higher. Pardon me. Believe we're not making it, but we do have it also on the RSI, and that's fine. Neutral right now at 45.36 on the RSI. That's it. Nothing else happening since the weekend, since I was here last time. Let's go here on the 1 hour chart. Figure out what's happening here. Here we did create divergence apparently, right? Going slightly higher, right? With a much less negative momentum, right? And much lower on the RSI. Strong bearish divergence, price action to downside, managing to hold a 20 like champs for a couple hours. Then apparently from here to here, let's see where we at. 4 and 4. All right, cool. So we're going lower and sideways motion. We're really not making anything on the top. Nothing here on the bottom. Again, Litecoin is not one of the coins I'm really looking forward to investing right now. But yeah, I'm not gonna do this. I'm just gonna go soon here on Litecoin, man. Again, strong bullish divergence. I'm not gonna try to look too much into retrospect into this coin. It's just looking like the rest of the market, to be honest. Low, lower low, right? Negative momentum, less negative momentum. Low on the RSI, higher on the RSI, creating that strong bullish divergence. Price action to the upside. Hitting the 20, using it as resistance, and then managing to break above it. Not using it as a trampoline. We're just trying to go higher, hitting the top of the Bollinger Band, starting to reject them. Right now, starting to move higher slightly. That's all fine, really. Nothing there to worry me yet. The only thing I can see right now is that we're creating bearish divergence. To right now, though, and this still has 17 minutes to go. So I'm not really sure what's going to happen here by the time we close. We might try to rally a little bit more. But again, high, higher, high. Positive momentum, less positive momentum. 51.02, 57, sorry, 57.20, 57.71. So it's going slightly higher on the RSI. We're just creating this strong bearish divergence against the MACD, and that could give us something to break down. Now, here, right, at least from this point to this point, going much higher. And on the RSI, we're going much lower. We created bearish divergence, strong bearish divergence, price action to the downside, and that's what broke us down. We don't have it here on the RSI. That's it. Like I said, neutral at 57.71. Let's go to Binance. Binance has been getting dominance, man, like a champ. Yesterday, 6.23%. Today, 2.15%. Sitting at 1.25% of market cap. The price of Binance, $15.48. Man, what happened here? This is cool. It seems like we moved down. We hit the 20. You see the support and bounce from there. The only thing I don't like, right, is we're going much higher on that price. Just going to make sure this is going to stay on the daily. So we want to go on the 4 hours. We're much lower here on the positive momentum, right? Also on the RSI, we're going, we might be going even 58.60, 58.55, slightly less. Right, so very slightly. Here we could say sideways motion, still making divergence. So strong bearish divergence against the MACD, and we could call it weak bearish divergence against the RSI, and that would be fine with that. Not what we want to see on Binance, right? This could potentially mean price action to the downside. That would likely see us hit the 20 again. Let's go to the 4-hour chart. And last thing we called was bullish, right? Hidden bullish. Rally from there, and that's all fine. Then we went slightly sideways, and we lost a lot of that right here. Sideways motion, right? You can tell on that price on the 4 hours. Now let me just make sure there's going to be on the 4 hours. There we go. And look, man, we went to the same price, and look how much momentum we lost. Also, look how much lower we went on our RSI, right? So here we were creating divergence, right, from here to here, right? Bearish against the MACD, right? Strong bearish, and then here we just created sideways motion. There we go. Medium bearish, price action to downside. We moved down, held at 20, and then we broke down from there. Again, low, right? Higher low. We don't have what the rest of the market's doing. We don't have that divergence, and we're bouncing with the rest of the market. That's fine. We try to rally here, maybe of something that happened on the shorter time scales, because we don't have any kind of divergence here. Right? Low, low, lower low, or sideways motion, and then we're expanding here, so it's not kind of bullish divergence really. So again, I'm probably going to go into the shorter time scales to look at a clue. Man, this drop, man, and then we bounced from the 20. That was good. That's good support there. Sitting bot at 65.39. Binance, it's kind of doing something. Thank you guys for sticking with us and watching this show. Again, I hope you guys are enjoying it. If you are, let me know in the chat. I'm not sure who's watching, but thank you for watching, guys. Again, last thing we called was bullish, right? Divergence, price action to the upside. We got that very nice pump coming in. Managed to stagnate there. Let's see. High, lower high. Right. Are we making more? 5.888853. Slightly less. Also lower here. So no kind of divergence developing. Tried to rally but failed. The rest of the market was creating divergence, so we're moving down with the market. Now I'm gonna look at the shorter time, at the soonest data, right? That's what we care about. We don't care too much about what happened the last couple of days. I was trying to get the flow for the market, but again, it's looking very similar to all the other coins, right? Slightly less here as well. So creating bearish divergence against the MACD, and then here we didn't create. Here we don't have that, right? The rest of the market did manage to go slightly lower and creating bearish divergence. Here we don't have it, but we're bouncing because the rest of the market is bouncing at the same time. Bitcoin and the rest of the coins, right? So again, here we're going from a low, higher low, less negative momentum. That's all fine. Here we actually went from negative to positive, just like that. So again, weird move by Binance, but again, the rest of the market was doing it, so it just followed suit. Held at 20, and we used it as a trampoline. We kind of used it as a trampoline and bounce from there. So again, good. Now, what I would tell you is that we're creating bearish divergence from the previous island. High, higher high. Positive momentum, less positive momentum, high on the RSI, lower on that RSI. Strong bearish divergence, potential price action to the downside, right? That could be coming in. If moving to the downside, we'll see us hit the 20. And again, we would try to gauge from there. Now, this could still go on developing, right? And rise on price and rise on momentum and on the RSI. And get this to not play out. But right now we have it till right now, this hour. So we just got to keep on watching it. That's going to be it for Binance. Again, if you guys have any questions, you can put them on the chat. I'm going to look at stocks real quick. Gold, silver, and then stock markets. From there on, I'll move on to oil. And that's going to be it for the stream. If you guys have any questions, or you want to look at a particular coin, let me know, and we'll look at it, right? Let's look at silver. What's silver doing on the daily? Bouncing again, trying to hit for the same resistance, right? At the 50 at $15, and again, 15.53. We know this is the regular range for silver, right? 14 to 17. We kind of talked about that. We know we're floating in that area where it's very, very normal for silver to be at. So I'm not too worried about this, right? Again, like I said, we're creating this kind of divergence. We're still tracking it, and we're still building it. Neutral on the RSI at 56.83. I'm just waiting for a little bit more to develop here before we actually call something else. Now, let's go on to gold. Again, gold managed to go higher, right? And managed to go higher than we were before. So again, kind of killed this. And I'm happy that gold is sitting at $1,719. I'm waiting for this to rally a little bit more before we actually try to see a tank on gold. Again, what I'm looking for, right, or what I'm trying to gauge here, right? We're going from a high to a higher high. And on the RSI, at least, we have this kind of divergence developing. That is strong bearish. We don't have it against the MACD, and that's fine. But against the RSI, we do have divergence. It could mean potential price action to the downside on gold. Just keep an eye out for it. Again, on silver, we don't seem to have that right now, right? We're still lower on the price. We haven't recovered to the $18, $19 range that we're targeting. So again, I'm not sure how strong or how soon this is going to reactivate as a safe haven. Gold is very more likely to reactivate. And as we know, there used to be a ratio of gold to silver where it was 10 to 1. That got lost a while back, and we haven't really recovered it. So they decoupled from that ratio. And now each, even though they kind of move together, they're really not moving at the same range or price percentage. Right? Like silver's up 1% and gold is just up 0.39%, right? So not very much. Again, they're both moving upwards, but not in the same range. S&P down yesterday, 28.19 points. The Nikkei down 455 points. The Toronto down 90 points. London up 106. Let's go look at the Dow and see what's doing, right? Dow being one of the key stocks. Look at down 328 points. Now, what's happening here? Again, we talked about this, right? Price action to the upside back on March 23rd. Since then, we moved up, rejected the 20, managed to get above it, and that's all fine. Really nothing here to look at. High, higher, high, more positive momentum, higher on the RSI. Neutral right now at 52.35. Now, wow, Spotify ads, man. Damn it. Play something else. There we go. Now I'm trying to gauge this, right? So, something that I'm gonna start targeting and I hadn't before, right? And this is at least the last week. We seem to be creating this kind of hidden bearish divergence right now. Right, we're going much higher, going lower. We're probably gonna start to break down. We did hit a resistance, right? We moved up and hit the 236 on the Dow, and that's fine. That's just gonna mean price action to the downside. We're rejecting the 236, and we might move down here again. Maybe to retest the 20. It wouldn't be too bad. Try to use it as a trampoline before we bounce and try to head for higher prices. Again, that would be something that I would be expecting to happen, right? That's it for the Dow. Let's look at the US 30. That's the Dow live. Opening motion to the upside, right? So again, that could potentially have us gap up on the opening, and that'll be fine. We could be opening maybe around this area, right? If the market was to stay steady. If this drops and goes red, by the time the bell opens tomorrow, we're going to be opening red on the Dow, and we'll take it from there. Again, we seem to have the same divergence right here. I was calling it at least. To this point in time, we did move down again and rally from there. I had this against something. For some reason, it's no longer there. Maybe I had it against I did have it against the RSI. Sorry, against the MACD. For some reason, when my MACD got deleted, it didn't come back in. It is all fine. Now I'm just gonna adjust this point here. Again, it's congruent with what we're seeing on the Dow on the daily, right? This is live Dow, and same motion. Oil. What's happening with oil? Again, we're targeting this the other day. Still playing out, right? I'm just gonna adjust. There we go. Hidden bearish potential price action to the downside. We did move down a couple days, but sitting at around $34. Remember how we were calling price action to the downside here, to the upside, sorry, here. Again, very nice gains. If you would have gotten in here at $25, gotten out up here at 37, you know, at least this area at 34, 37, we would have made a very, very good move on oil companies, right? Anyways, that's it for oil, man. Not much happening. Brent looking the same. West Texas, a little bit worse than Brent, but not too bad. $22 again. That same motion, right? If you would have gotten in here, or we're calling it for Brent, right? It's the same thing again. Oil's moving very similar across the market, and then you know, price action to the upside, right? On a strong bullish. Again, very good entry point here at $19. We've gotten out at 28, almost $10 move, man. That would have been almost 100% gain. If you would have gotten out here, right? Almost 100% gains. Sorry, 50% gains. Because you went out $10, right? Almost. So again, very, very nice move on oil. Sitting sold right now at 39.16. Again, a very nice chance we could come up here to the neutral area on a bounce, but sitting below 20, starting to get contraction of the Bollinger Bands, and trying to determine whether or not this volatility leaving the market is going to give us a pump to the upside, right? We don't know yet. Because it's neutral, right? Just volatility leaving the market means we're gonna get a violent move. We just don't know where. We're gonna try to gauge it by determining whether or what kind of divergence we might be creating. But again, we're starting to get this just basically sideways motion, right? Indecision happening, moving down today, gaining that again. That's gonna be it for the markets. Again, thank you guys for sticking with us. No requests came up on top chat or live chat or any kind of chat. Stick with us. I'm going to be here for my birthday. I'm probably going to do a birthday stream. I'm not sure what time. It's going to be on Thursday. So stick with us for a birthday stream on Thursday. Yeah, let's see how it goes from there, right? Anyways, guys, thank you for being here with us on the State of Crypto on an awesome Monday night. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for showing up, guys. We do have a couple of you guys watching. Again, I really appreciate you all. Thank you for your time, for your patience when I'm not here. You know, again, if you want to catch us on Twitter or join us on Twitter at some point in time for discussion, Twitter just came out. You know, the link was there. And right now, if you want to do what it says, hit that like, that bell, that sub. I want to really appreciate it a lot, because then you're going to be getting those notifications when we go live, and you can come join us and help us create this community, right? That's what we're striving to do, create a community here. The more you chat, the more engaging it gets, and the more we all learn together, right? Anyways, that's going to be it for tonight, guys. Thank you for watching. Again, this is State of Crypto. I'm your host, Martin. It has been a pleasure being here with you all on this awesome Monday night. I hope you're having a great time. I hope you're staying safe. I hope your families are doing good. Thank you all for watching. I'll catch you tomorrow for another edition of State of Crypto at the same time. Thank you all. Until then.